Hello everyone and welcome back to Lamborghini Vintage. Today we're going to be having a look at another piece of vintage clothing from a company that clearly cares a lot about the quality of their products. Today we're going to be having a look at the Stanley Briggs Arthur roll neck Submariner jumper. And as per usual guys, first of all we're going to have a look at the physical features of the garment and then we're going to move on to the history. So first off, the jumper is made from 100% British wool. The bottom hem of the jumper is made from a thick rib knit which holds tight against the body. This can be pulled down to warm the lower body or pulled up around the hips and waist and the main body of the jumper folded open. Sharing this rib knit are the cuffs, which are extra long and folded back. These can be folded down to warm the lower hands. This extra fold on the cuffs seems to increase the strength of the stretchiness, meaning that sleeves can be pulled up the arm and out of the way for prolonged use without misshapen. As for the most distinguishing feature of a Submariner style jumper, the roll neck is thick and made from the same tight ribbing as the cuffs and the waist. Now a few other companies I've seen seem to neglect the importance of this feature, opting for a looser, more comfortable fit rather than a tight-fitting, practical fit. Stanley Briggs, on the other hand, seem to understand the importance of this, seeing as a nice tight neck is what's going to give you the protection from that wind and give it the warmth that these jumpers are so famed for. Now the neck of the jumper is long enough that it can be pulled up to cover the entirety of the neck, or it can be pulled up a little bit more to protect the lower face. This is going to cover your mouth, your nose and your ears. Don't know why I had to point those out for you, but there you go. The fit of the jumper is a perfect middle ground between loose and fitted. It's also quite versatile in terms of what can be worn underneath. This can range from something as small as a Henley style shirt and a vest to more heavier options like a wool shirt. Due to the fitted nature of the jumper, you're going to be able to fit this under just about any other kind of outerwear that you want to throw it under. This includes tighter fitting jackets, a personal favourite of mine being Ike style jackets, which I think practically pairs very well with the nice thick roll neck. This jumper is also going to fit quite nicely underneath other cardigans and jumpers as well as looser fitting outerwear such as a greatcoat. As well as being worn on the outside, the jumper can also be tucked into the waistline and worn with suspenders. This is going to keep it closer to the body and it's going to prevent it from snagging or getting in the way whilst you're trying to work. Overall, I'm really happy with this garment. As soon as I put it on, it basically became my new favourite jumper. The warmth, versatility and aesthetics all come together to make it a truly exceptional piece of outdoor clothing. I've been using this jumper a lot on my current trip to Norway, when I've been relaxing in the cold evenings and mornings in the grillhytte I've been quarantining in. As for the company themselves, Stanley Briggs have been very helpful when contacting them about sizing and the potential for me making a review video on this product. I've bought from them before and I would not hesitate to buy from them again. History time. Now, the exact date that these jumpers were issued is unclear, but it's believed that they saw service in both World Wars. Regardless of this, life as a sailor in First and the Second World War was tough, none more so than the life of a submariner. The crew would live in cramped conditions with little to no privacy, constantly switching between the heat of the engine room and the Arctic conditions of the areas that they were patrolling. Long periods of time spent in these conditions meant that grooming regulations were relaxed and crew members were allowed to grow beards to keep themselves warm. This paired well with the rugged pirate-like reputation that they had begun to gain throughout the other branches of the Navy. Similarly, although the jumper was issued to all branches of the Navy, the extreme conditions and lifestyle of Submariner crewmen fitted its qualities best, and thus it stayed a part of the uniform up into the present day. After the Second World War, these jumpers flooded into the surplus market and were favoured by bikers, fishermen and outdoorsmen alike. In the present day, the Submariner jumper has cemented itself as an iconic piece of British military wear. The jumper is still favoured by fishermen today who recognise it for its durability and protective qualities for a life at sea. Now you might be wondering, why call this the Arthur roll neck? Now, this is something I've only seen done by Stanley Briggs, and that is that they name each of their products after a historical figure who has achieved something big in their life or done something heroic. This garment in particular is named after, as stated by the website, aerial navigator Sir Arthur Whitten Brown, who along with pilot Sir John Alcock made the first non-stop transatlantic flight in June of 1919. In total, they flew 1,890 miles in just under 16 hours, averaging at around 115 miles per hour. During this flight, they encountered several dangers, such as heavy turbulence, faulty equipment, and at one point, the wings becoming completely frozen over in ice. I think that is about it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help to broadcast the channel to more people. Thanks for watching if you got this far, and thank you to Stanley Briggs for making such a good product. Yep, I think that's about it.
Kauniina muistona Karjalamaa, mutta vieläkin syömässä soinahtaa, kun soittajan sormista kuulla saa Säkkijärven polkkaa.